Mad About Minibeasts. At the bottom of your garden, you might just hear a sound. A chirrup from the treetops or a scuttle on the ground. If you step a little closer, maybe you can see a ladybird, a dragonfly, a beetle or a bee. The sun is in the sky and it's a lovely summer's day. The mini beasts have seen you and they want to come and play. A snail. We're famous for slithering slowly, but wouldn't you also be slow if you had to carry your house on your back wherever you wanted to go? Slug. We're sticky and we're slimy and we haven't any bones, so we hang out under flower pots and shelter under stones. Worm. I wiggle and wriggle down into my hole, and then when I want something scrummy, I munch a few mouthfuls of marvellous mud. Do try some, it's really quite yummy. Spider. I love to wake up in the morning when my web is all covered with dew. It's such a fine sight when it glitters so bright. Don't you think it's beautiful too? Fly. Zzz. My eyes are big and orange and my body's black and fuzzy, and I fly around your house all day just being very buzzy. Beetle. We've got those two feelers on top of our heads, which wiggle and help us to see, and we scuttle around without making a sound. Can you scuttle as quickly as me? An earwig. I like to feed on tasty plants and trees that have gone rotten. But the weirdest thing about me is these pinchers on my bottom. A stick insect. I'd rather not be eaten, so I've got this brilliant trick. I cling to leaves and branches and pretend that I'm a stick. Ant. Pitter patter, pitter patter. We ants like to work as an army, which means that we do things together. Just watch how we carry these leaves to our nest. You must admit, that's pretty clever. A caterpillar. We know all about these, don't we, from the Hungry Caterpillar. I munch on the leaves in the garden, then slowly I spin my cocoon. But now I must sleep, as I'm going to be a beautiful butterfly soon. A ladybird. How many spots has a ladybird got? Look at my back and you'll see. I know that I've got quite a lot. Why don't you count them with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trot, 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 a centipede. Hello, I'm the centipede. How do you do? I'm as friendly can be. Now, which of my hands would you most like to shake? I've got at least 30. You see? A bee. Bzzz. There's nothing more brilliant than being a bee. You may think that it sounds a bit funny, but you'd shout, hooray, if you lived every day in a hive full of heavenly honey. A dragonfly. My wings are like shimmering rainbows and my body's a dazzling green. Of all the animals here in this pond, surely I must be the queen. Grasshopper. We grasshoppers do enjoy jumping as our legs are incredibly strong. And when we're not jumping, we rub them together to make the most beautiful song. Do you like those mini beasts? What a lot there are. Flying, crawling, slithering and jumping oh so far. Some live by the water and some live in the air. Some like living underground and finding food down there. But now let's leave the garden. We can come another time. Which beast was your favourite one? I bet you can't guess mine. The end.